So it's incredible, and it sounds like you have really transformed your life over the last several years, right? From the old Brian to the new Brian, and again, I'm just elated to be with you and sharing this. But can you tell us a little bit about that balance? Because there has to be a balance of aggressiveness, but sometimes being passive. I mean, you just have this great balance about, and I'd like to get inside your mind a little bit of how you do that. How do you ever get angry? I've never heard you yell. Can you talk about that balance a little bit?
Yeah. First of all, I'm in a great point in my life when I look back at the old Brian. By no means am I some type of a Buddha,
right?
By any means. By no means am I someone without flaws, someone without things that I don't like about myself, someone without a lot of improvement. 5 years from now, I'm really expecting a much better version of Brian Rose, much better. And 10 years and 20 years, I'm expecting something, more enlightened, more tolerant, more hardworking, more stoic. That's what I want. I want to go there. And so I still battle with that stuff. And I still battle with, these two sides of me. And we've got a documentary film that's going to be exploring this a little bit in the next couple months, and you'll see it. Because the old Brian was this city banker, Gordon Gekko. It's all about the bucks. It's all about what can we do to, maximize this one number, which was my personal revenue. Then after that, you had the Brian that was all about not doing that and all about the message and enlightening and producing the media and that kind of thing, but nothing when it came to starting a business and going out there and getting big and all that stuff. And now we're coming back a little bit, and I'm like, okay, we have to build a business to help us transform the message. I wear a suit because it helps me get myself in the game, helps me lead, helps me tell myself every morning that I'm important and I need to represent everything that I stand for. And so, I'm always dealing with these two sides of me. I'm always thinking, okay, I want to open my courses to everyone in the world, right? But at the same time, I want to make sure that we ask for investment in those courses so we can take that money and build more stuff. Mm-hmm. I want to push my staff and my team here and myself to do more. But at the same time, it's like at some point, we're tapping out, Brian. Like, we can't do the documentary and create the Broadcast Yourself course and do episodes every week and find a new space and do the live event. That's sometimes the weeks look like that here. And it's 10 of us going crazy, and everyone's here on weekends and stay until 11 at night, and it's too much. Mm-hmm. So at some point I have to pull back because I have a tendency to go aggro, and I have a tendency to be relentless, and I'm really hard on myself. I'm my worst critic. I don't celebrate my wins. We have a joke around here called popping bottles, which is what Julian likes to do. Julian's English, and they like to pop a bottle over here in England when they celebrate things, right? Pop a bottle of champagne. I'm not good at that. I don't like to celebrate wins. Whenever we get a win, I wait about 5 minutes and I ask myself, how come it wasn't better? And what are we doing next time? And I have to enjoy those moments a little bit more, celebrate with the team, acknowledge their hard work. So I'm always battling that. I'm also always trying to be more stoic. I'm always trying to be more open-minded. I have guests that come in here, that I might not agree with them. Or guests that I don't think I want them on this show. When I first hear of Bruce Lipton, he's like, oh, DNA isn't what you think it is, that you can wish things out of your DNA. I'm like, wait a second, I think that's not true. So do I want him on here? I'm gonna ask him some hard questions. Now, once I have him on, I realize that was the right guest to have on the show. But sometimes I make the wrong calls on guests. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes like a Mantak Chia shows up who's gotten me massaging my belly organs. Right. And I'm like, this guy's out of his mind. But then I realize he's actually not. Mm-hmm. That guy's smart, and he's got a lot to teach me about Eastern medicine, and I almost didn't have him on the show because I didn't think his ideas were the ones that I wanted to curate, because I have a big responsibility here. When you're on London Real, I'm basically endorsing you, so I have to be very careful, and it's a responsibility I take seriously. But sometimes I'm too conservative, or sometimes I don't know. So I'm always making those mistakes. I got to listen to my team members a lot more. They're saying, Brian, we have to go this way. You want to go that way. Sometimes I'm always about building. And sometimes you need to focus on like the quality of the content. I need to spend more time with my family. My boys are growing up like this. I need to spend more time with Mariana. I'm here in this studio, 12 hours a day. Maybe that's too much, Brian. And so these are things I'm grappling with, Roger. And when the boys get older, they're going to need some serious dad time. For sure. Relationships need face time, or as we say in jiu-jitsu, mat time. You have to be there.
Right.
So these are the things I'm going to struggle with. Also, I have my own control issues. I need to get people on the team that I can relinquish control to and let them help me scale the message. I need to take more risks. I'm naturally conservative. One thing Dan Pena taught me, I'm an engineer. I was taught to build bridges and planes that don't break and don't fall out of the sky. It means I'm not good with risk. So I have to push myself to take risk, like building a completely brand new London Real World headquarters that's costing more money than I care to talk about when we don't have that money, but I'm investing the next 100 years. So these are the things I struggle with. And I always could be better. And I always want to be better. I can be very stressed a lot of times. I walk down the street and I'm thinking about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Is the new space going to be ready? Is our documentary film going to be amazing? It can't be mediocre. Right. Is that episode going to be amazing? Is our academy going to be amazing? Is the Business Accelerator course going to be off the charts? And make sure no man or woman is left behind. That's asks a lot. 135 people from around the world in it's like 39 different countries, 15 different time zones. I have to make sure they all get across the goal line. It makes me stressed out. Some nights I have a hard time sleeping because I'm thinking about 6 different things. So I've got a long way to go. I need to be more stoic. I need to spend more time with my family. I need to make sure my team, they feel great about what they do. I need to support them, empower them, make sure they're all getting a win out of this experience too, which I think they are. So these are the things that are on my mind. My physical practice could always be better. My diet I take pretty strictly, but it could always be better. So look, I'm a work in progress, definitely. And again, if you see me on a typical day here, I mean, there's work and there's stress involved. I think that's necessary.
Yeah.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.